Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and yes, no, it's been a little bit again. I actually moved out of my apartment, so the whole moving process plus just being busy, it's kind of boggled me down a little bit, but we are back, and today I wanted to talk about Apex Legends. And Apex Legends, you probably know about it because it's kind of just already blown up and it's super popular, but it is a battle royale made by Respawn Entertainment and published by EA, and it is a free-to-play first-person shooter battle royale game. And at first that seems kind of terrible. You're like, oh god, an EA free-to-play first-person shooter battle royale, oh god, they're just following the trends. And that's what a lot of people expected, except they did something interesting with Apex. They announced it, and then the game came out like a day or two later, and it is fantastic. The game is easily the best running battle royale game I've played. The kind of art style and just the theme and tone of the game, it's a tiny bit silly, but it's not super silly like Fortnite. It almost has like a Borderlands vibe to it, and I really like that. It runs really well. The gunplay is amazing. I mean, it's by Respawn Entertainment, the people that made the 2 Titanfall games, so it plays like Titanfall, and just every little thing about the game. I mean, the amount of details, small little details in this game are crazy. They have all this awesome stuff with like the scopes. It'll always show you exactly where the bullet's gonna hit, and because it constantly checks like where you're actually zooming in and stuff like that. They've done a revolutionary new kind of like ping system, so there's just this real robust way to communicate to your teammates even if you don't want to use your mic or you don't have a mic for anything like that. And that's really important because another thing that's interesting about this game is there's legends. So Apex Legends, you have different kind of classes, and they're all pretty similar. It's not something drastic where everyone's ultimates just gets them free kills like, I know Destiny has a big problem with like ultimates that just kind of get you free kills. But it doesn't feel like that. In Apex Legends, it all kind of feels like utility. It all feels pretty tame, and overall the gunplay is still what matters mostly. But you have teams of 3. So as of right now, there's no solos, there's no duos, anything like that. It's just your squads of 3. And because of that, you kind of want to think about team compositions. But once again, it doesn't matter too much because it's still a battle royale. But you can kind of be like, oh, I actually really like Wraith's abilities of creating portals and stuff like that. Or I love Bloodhound's, things where he can see clues, and just his passive is he just sees clues all around, like, oh, someone walked here 5 minutes ago, or somebody opened this door a little bit ago, or all these different things like that. And it's really awesome. And then the way they're monetizing the game is through not only selling champions, so right now, or legends I should say, so right now there's only 8 legends in the game. They're going to add more maps and legends and weapons and everything like that, and 6 of them by default are unlocked, and then 2 of them you either can slowly unlock with the currency you earn in game or just buy them. And then it kind of works like Overwatch's loot boxes. You have loot boxes there for different characters, have the different rarities, get the crafting material, all that stuff, and then they have the kind of Fortnite store where it rotates in some things you can just buy directly, and then they have limited skins and stuff like that. But overall, this game is amazing, and it makes me honestly think of Islands of Nine Battle Royale, because that was really good gunplay. It was the first-person shooter Battle Royale that I was like, this gunplay is really good and really smooth and amazing. And now we have Apex Legends, and also Islands of Nine is literally a dead game. They've abandoned the game. The studio is no more because of how poorly they handled that game. But one thing that was really interesting about this, besides the fact of how amazing this game is, because I mean it's blown up because of how amazing it is. I mean it's the #1 game being played on Twitch right now. They even said within the first couple of days they already had 1 million concurrent players. So at some point in time there were over 1 million people playing the game at once, which is insane. But they've talked about why they kind of did the plan that they did. They didn't announce the game months in advance, and they said it was because of the simple fact that if they announced a free-to-play Battle Royale game from Respawn Entertainment, kind of taking them from what people thought they were making, which was Titanfall 3, and they told everybody, people would have just gotten mad and just kept on, saying the game was terrible, it was going to fail, how stupid EA was, and the game might have honestly failed before the game came out because of just how much bad publicity it got. But instead, they wanted to wait and just show the game and have the game speak for itself, and that is what they did, and it definitely worked. The business strategy worked, and one thing that this really, I think, shows developers, because there's been a trend for a long period of time of releasing games way too early, way too early, where there's still constantly bugs and just the early access buggy messes, and not even early access, but like AAA title games. I mean, Black Ops 4, and you know, all these AAA title games, they get released and they're just buggy as hell, and there's features that are missing, and they're like, well, we're doing this as a live service, so we're going to keep on updating and stuff like that. And with Black Ops 4, I haven't been following it too well, but from what I've heard, they're just kind of, they haven't really been adding any new content to the game as much as they should be, especially for the people that bought the Black Ops Pass like myself. I don't know if I'd personally go back. I've kind of had my fun with Black Ops 4, but it still sucks for the people that are into it and were expecting to get more content out of it, especially for a game like Call of Duty where stuff comes out every year. And so Apex Legends, it seems like it's going to be, obviously, it's already really popular, but I don't think it's going anywhere. I've had some of my friends ask me, you know, do you think this is just going to kind of be really popular and then just kind of die down? And I think not at all, because honestly, I think Apex Legends really hits a niche in the Battle Royale market, and that's always what I've said. I've always said that Battle Royales, they're good. I mean, there's so much you can do with them, and the only way a new one could come into the market and get super popular is if it added something new to the genre. And with Apex Legends, it's not the most unique thing ever, but successfully doing the class-based, kind of having multiple legends and stuff like that, and then having this game be kind of squads-based. I don't know if they'll cave in and add a solo mode or anything like that, but the fact that it's focused on these legends and it is squad-based and the gunplay is really good. I mean, it's like Titanfall. And then the kind of tone and theme of the game we haven't really seen before, because we've seen super silly, like Fortnite. We've seen super militaristic and stuff like that with PUBG, and then we've kind of seen some other things. But Apex Legends is a really good fit in the middle. It still feels kind of gritty. It still feels pretty grounded, but overall there's still a lot of room for imagination. I mean, there's still unrealistic things. I mean, you have Wraith, which does portals and goes through different dimensions and stuff like that, and it's amazing. And overall, the game is really fun. It is free to play. It will have cross-platform and cross-play at some point. Right now, it's on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. If it is on PC, you have to do the Origin client, which I hate the Origin client, but I kind of am caving in for Apex Legends. But I would definitely recommend it, even if you're not a big fan of Battle Royales, because I've also had a lot of people come and tell me that Apex Legends is the first Battle Royale that they have actually enjoyed. So I would definitely recommend it, especially if you got a squad of 3 people to play with. It's even more fun playing with friends rather than randoms. But even if you have to play with randoms, the communication's amazing, and even if you don't want to talk in your mic, the ping system and all the stuff that they did is fantastic. I'd highly recommend the game, and I really just want to see what's going to happen in the future. You know, are we going to see more companies look and be like, dang, okay, maybe we need to release finished products rather than just buggy, broken games? And I don't know, maybe EA will change a little bit, because EA, I hate EA with a burning passion just as much as everyone, but I mean, you have to give them credit where credit is due. They did a really good job with Apex Legends. I've heard that they were actually pretty hands-off. I don't know how true that is, but overall, it worked out. I can't wait to see the future of this game, and yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. In terms of the channel, I don't know how much I'll be able to be following the 3 days a week, but I will be trying my hardest, so stay tuned for those. If you enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more content. New videos come out hopefully every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And like always, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day.